There are so many resources teaching you how to use ChatGPT to write your job application. All the keywords are already included. This helps you to pass the application tracking software, saving you time and enormous amount of effort. In this day and age, it's probably uncommon to find anyone who is not using AI in writing their CV and cover letter. However, in this video, I want to share with you how using ChatGPT to write your job application can actually cost you the chance of getting hired, especially applying for senior executive positions. In case you are new here, I'm Tiffany, former communication vice president of the two largest companies in Sweden by market cap. In this channel, we talk about all things to help middle management get senior executive jobs. So if you want more content on this topic, subscribe and click the bell button to be notified when I post new videos every week. Now, let's get into it. The number one reason is you lose the trust. Here's a quote from the Business Insider. Applicants are using OpenAI's ChatGPT to apply for jobs at the cost of getting hired. Many recruiters and hiring managers are quite skilled now at identifying what are the resumes that are written by AI, and this can hurt your chances of getting hired. There's so many pieces of advice and instructions to show you how to prompt the ChatGPT to write a cover letter that covers all the keywords of the job description, and therefore your cover letter is perfect because it touches exactly on the skills and experience that the employer is looking for. However, when the employer or the recruiter, they look closely, the skills and experience are not reflected in the track records on your resume, then it becomes clear that the cover letter is AI generated. How on earth can you actually get an interview if you create this mistrust right from the beginning? So what happens is it makes them very excited to read your cover letter because they finally feel they find a good match. But when they really check the CV, they can see this experience is nowhere to be found. Imagine the level of disappointment. Let's say even if the ChatGPT can get you in the door, you will still have to get through the interview process, which makes it even more painfully obvious that your words on the cover letter were not your own words. Here's what one of the recruiters said. The downfall could be when the applicant is progressed to the interview, where they fail to articulate themselves the same way or are unable to provide examples of their experience to accurately reflect what ChatGPT produced for them in a cover letter. AI-generated cover letters do work better for more junior level positions because the lower the complexity of the job, the easier it is for the AI to generate materials for it. The second downfall is with a generic and long cover letter, you'll come across as a junior candidate. Now, recruiters said they don't mind people using ChatGPT to automate the process, especially entry-level candidates where there may not be as much differentiation in levels of experience. But this does not work for senior leadership positions because the executive recruiters are looking for unique leadership, competence, track records, and personality traits. Here's what one of the recruiters said when reading the AI-generated cover letter. The cover letters sounded too stiff. They seemed like they were written by a junior candidate. They lack character and seem almost too formal and professional that I'd want to get to know the person a bit better. Number 3, it does not help you stand out. Automated cover letters may save your time and effort, but may not help you to stand out, especially if other candidates are using ChatGPT to write their cover letters as well. There's nothing wrong to get help, but only you know your leadership values, your unique experience and accomplishments. ChatGPT does not know you personally. It does not know any of your career story. When using a chatbot for writing resume, there's a lack of human touch and your executive voice. ChatGPT simply analyzes job description and the other resume to generate highly matched text. It does not have access to any of your personal information. It does not have the ability to provide personalized feedback or advice based on your unique experience or competence. However, a great executive resume needs to be a reflection of you, your leadership brand, your credentials, and your unique experience in your own voice. Even if you use some help when it comes to the final version of your cover letter and your resume, you really want your executive voice to shine through and ensure that your writing reflects your own voice, your leadership brand. Even if you have some help, make it feel a bit like yourself, because if you do get to the next step, a human will still read your application letter and your resume, not a robot. Remember, you know yourself best and no one can represent you better than yourself. And number 4 is about readability. ChatGPT is not going to take care of the design of your resume, font size, spacing, layout, and this can lead to inconsistency and poor readability. Recruiters will bypass resumes that are not formatted correctly or are very hard to read. As well, poor readability leaves the impression that the candidate has poor attention to detail, and there's a lack of professionalism for sending a resume with errors. This is the last thing you want. It is quite understandable that many senior leaders don't know how to sell themselves and how to condense their 20+ years of experience into just a couple of pages of a resume or 2 to 3 paragraphs of a cover letter. Of course, you can use AI to help bring some structure to the cover letters and your resume, but never rely on it for a final version. As a senior leader, you should have good judgment regarding your own communication style, your authenticity, and your leadership brand. If you're serious about getting a senior executive position this year and would like a structured step-by-step guide on how to achieve it, not only through external hires but also getting promotion within your own organization, I have done both personally. Submit your application to the 1% Academy program where I will be mentoring you. Go to inspiremyday.org/apply or click the link in the description below to book a free strategy call with myself or my team member. For now, I will leave you with this video to find out the difference between an executive resume and a middle management version. I'll see you there.